So today I'm going to start with a story. But before I go into the story, you probably have heard that first impression lasts longer. And in case you have not heard this, I will add it to it. And if you have heard it, let me reinforce it. That you don't get to make first impression the second time. The reason is this. Uh, whatever it is you do, whatever service you render, whatever appearance you decide to make, whatever service you render, whatever work you do, whatever product you sell, there is a perception of you that people have when they come across your product online. When they see you, when they see the things you do, the way you talk about, there is a perception. Now, that is one level. Another level is when they now interact with you. Probably they are interested in buying your product, they are interested in paying for your services and stuff like that. And the reason I'm saying this is you cannot afford that after you have been able to convince them through your social media platform to come and buy from you, to come and patronize you, to be a part of your business. And then you are given that opportunity, and then there is an error, and then you want a second chance. Okay, this is not a particular attack or a beef on anybody, but I'm just saying to you as somebody who provides some services or sells certain products, especially if you provide services, there won't be room for a second opportunity if you mess up the first one, especially if you're a stranger. So something happened within the past 2 weeks. So I saw a particular dress online. It's an overcoat from something like a winter dress and stuff like that. So it was supposed to be a styled overcoat that you can use for evening wears or something you can rock a very official dress with and then still be able to style yourself up. I saw this, I thought it's a ready-to-wear dress, and so I placed my order. First off, as I was talking with the guy, we talked about the price, we talked about everything we're going to do, and he agreed, and then I made payment. After the payment, he gave a date when the thing was going to be ready. Of course, that made me skeptical because if it's ready to wear and it's available, you should just send it across. Later, say the following day, but no, he gave a time and we agreed. And then that time, he failed at delivering at that time and then delivered the second day. And the interesting part is, first off, it wasn't a ready-to-wear dress. Second of all, it was made without care. That point where you see the absolute difference between what you ordered and what you got, right? And so I called him, I told him that, why is it like this? First off, you didn't tell me you were going to be making the dress. It was supposed to be a ready-to-wear dress. And second of all, since you are now going to make it, why is there no care? Why is it not according to specification? And since you know it's going to be bespoke, because he got to a point and he said what they do is bespoke. So you're going to do a bespoke for me, and there was no measurement of me that was taken. All you asked for was my shirt size, and then you came up with error. All right, the long story short, I have to return it, and then he made refund, and this is it. At a point, after I told him to make a refund, he started begging, and he was like, please, because I have 5 other of my friends who were waiting for him to deliver, and they were also going to make order of that particular dress. And then he said, please, let me do this, let's make adjustment, let's do this, let's do that. But that time it was already too late. And it wasn't just too late because there was an error in the shirt or in the dress, but because first of all the packaging was wrong, it was without care. And I remember at a point when I was confirming the date of delivery, the guy was so pissed off that he told me that he already told me when he was going to deliver, that why do I keep asking when he was going to deliver? This was the first time we're doing business together. We've not met before. We're not living in the same city. I saw you online and I trusted you. I sent you money to do something for me. And then you are not comfortable with me finding out when you're going to deliver. And so after all his begging, I couldn't go back to him. I couldn't give him the benefit of doubt for a few reasons. Number one, the job he did on the dress does not give me any guarantee that he could deliver on what he actually marketed. And second of all, for as long as all the power seemed to be with him, he cared very much less about my own side of the conversation, right? So I'm bringing this to us to see that, especially if you are into service, you are providing services, or especially if you say you do bespoke, and know that when you say bespoke, you are simply saying that you have understood the standard procedures and you are able to adapt it to any situation, any circumstance, anybody, regardless of their own requirement. And if you have marketed that and you fail at it, there won't be room for you to make first impression the second time. Okay? So he couldn't deliver on that. So the job he has done does not guarantee that if I give him the benefit of that, he will be able to deliver on what I saw or what he marketed. And second of all, his packaging, his delivery was a total error. For a product costing well over 100,000 naira, he sent it with a driver without a proper care. The suit came ruffled and tumbled, everything was so rough, and there were impressions of iron on the clothes, and it just all doesn't make sense. So back to you, as a service provider and a bespoke service provider for that matter, know that it is one thing for you to be perceived for what you are worth or what you say you can do. It is another thing for you to make that impression a reality. You want to do it in such a way that when you deliver, all people should be able to say to you from there is thank you. When you deliver, people should from that point forward recommend you to other people. There will be no other chance for you to prove that you can actually do what you say you can do. So that opportunity, that singular opportunity for you to deliver, make sure you deliver. So if you're into service providing business, do it as though you only have one opportunity. And that is just about the delivery. About the delivery. How about the packaging? Do it well. Let your customer know that you see the value that they see in you, and package that value into that product or service and deliver it. Let them see it. Right? So you don't get to make your first impression twice. And how good you are, how much of value you place on yourself, and that you place on the customer who is asking for a premium package from you, will show in how you package and how you deliver the service. So I'm saying this to let you know that if you are providing services for people, you need to pay more attention, not just to the service itself, but also to your packaging. And also your customer service is very important, right? So basic tips and some other things you need to do, especially when you are into service providing business, will be coming more. So stay tuned to this particular, watch this space. Stay tuned, subscribe, follow, comment, and share. Most important, make sure you follow so that you can get those updates. So if you're into service providing businesses, you are bespoke or you're just doing the general standard stuff, there are basic procedures you need to follow to make sure that you deliver premium. And as a tip, let me tell you, if you're into bespoke business providing services, you only have procedures, you don't have standard. What I'm simply trying to say there is, you can't just say you have a standard way of doing things. If it does not reflect your ability to adapt to what is required per time and per client, right? So I need you to bear that in mind. Only one opportunity is what you have. So when you do your marketing, when you do your promotions, you only have one opportunity to make that impression that lasts, to make that impression that make people want to come back. So pay attention to that. Don't just deliver because of how tired or how much of energy you have. Deliver because you want to make sure that after this delivery, this bill must keep coming back. So what happened to this guy? He had to make a refund of my money, and also lost other 5 potential customers that I could have gotten. That's about 700k that I just let go, right? I don't want to do that to yourself. So when you deliver your service, when you do what you have to do, make sure you do it that all you are looking for is just one opportunity. Think about it.